wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. Jack, we Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairin', gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, then find to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, Black Sun, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairin' on them, Ric Flairin' on them, Ric Flairin' on them, Ric Flairin' sun up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, I'm back. Season 2, we here. Next level, bigger and better. Let's go.
See me letting go. I'ma lose control. I'm not afraid to fall. Watch me drink it in and feel it all.
8 p.m. Monday night. So you know, it's time to tune in to the Afterglow show. Shout out to Kobe and the fam, you rattlers, the football historian, the audience is pouring in at this time like Jackson State, playing Grambling. Both hosts like quarterbacks, but ain't scrambling. The Alcorn state of mind that I'm in got me blending in, but standing out like Tiger Skin. Shout out to TSU and all the recruits, turning down big schools for HBCUs. They changed up the scheme, so we changing the scenes. Money for our likeness is nice, but this needs. We gotta give it all that we got in this game. Black college grad myself, all with the pain. Pick, run, hit, or throw, that's your option. Discussing the coach.
Cut the music! Cut the music! We here Tuesday night. Okay? Afterglow show. You already know what it is. I'm in the building. You know, it can't be nothing without my co-host, and my brother, Hemingway.
What up, boy? What up, cowboy? What up, cowboy?
You know what it is. You know what it is. Let's not play these games out here in these streets. You know what it is. Okay? And before I get anything else started in here, I gotta set the mood because I'm not feeling right. I'm not feeling right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Because you know, see this, since I am a Cowboys fan, so this is gonna be for all the Cowboy fans out there, right? You know where we going. Come on. You know where we going. Yeah. You know where we going, baby. Ha. Hold up. Hey.
We them boys. Holla. We them boys.
Oh.
Holla. We making noise. Holla. We them boys.
Bring it back.
Holla.
Hey.
Holla. We them boys. Holla. We them boys. Holla. We making noise. Holla.
Hold up. We going to the Super Bowl, baby. Super Bowl bound, baby. Super Bowl bound every year, baby. You know what I'm saying? You got to believe it. If you don't believe it, you can't achieve it. You know what I'm saying? So,
is that Lucky Charms, son?
no, actually, it's not. It's Frosty Flakes with marshmallow.
Frosted Flakes. Boy, that's a lot of sugar right there.
Man, it's good, too. I know. Just had to let y'all know where we was going.
Bro, that's some good eat right there. I love me some classic Frosted Flakes fresh out the bag, bro.
Man, with some ice cold milk, can't beat it.
Ooh, that's nice right there.
Can't beat it.
It's hard to beat that one. Unless you get some corn flakes with a little sugar on the top with them. Got to get the fresh corn flakes. I can ride with that.
Ever since they've been putting marshmallows and Frosty Flakes, I had to go back. I ain't even gonna hold you. I had to go back. That's right up my alley. It's right up my alley. But
oh Jesus,
we'll get more into that game as we go. But what's going on, Kofi? How was your weekend? How'd you enjoy yourself?
Weekend was good. Got an opportunity to get down to Tally, handle mom, teach some lessons, get some rest, get back on the road, all of that stuff. But yeah, it was a good weekend, and I'm happy to be back in Duval.
It was a great weekend for me as well. I was stressing, but then when we got up 20, I mean, damn, we couldn't make a kick.
Why were you stressing?
Oh, we'll get to that game. We'll dive a little deeper in that game as we go along. But we got a full slate of things to bring you guys today on the Afterglow show. All right. First up, you already know. Let me make my announcement. The Bama clothing line is coming soon. All right. Make sure I'm gonna be rocking it first because that's just what I do. But the Bama University clothing line, make sure you enroll, get you some merch. All right, Bama University, established 2020. You already know what it is. Coming soon, coming live in direct. And the mascot will be announced when it drops. All right, the mascot will be announced when it drops as well. All right, listen. It's been a lot of speculation. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Everybody's been waiting to hear what you have to say in regards to the Ed Reed tirade. Now, do I need to play the video again, Kofi, or do you?
Let's play the video and set it up for the people that ain't watched.
Okay, so I'm going to get the video again. Let me see what we got here. All right, here we go.
Prime was not wrong about what he was saying. All y'all out there with y'all opinions full of crap, don't know shit. But needless to say, I just pulled up to work. We're gonna try to help y'all too, man, because I know a lot of HBCs need help. I'm just here to help here first. I see it on too clearly. All our HBCUs need help. And they need help because of the people who's running it. It's broken mentalities out here. I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. I gotta get in the office. I hope y'all be blessed out there. 336, I see you, my bro. About to pull up. I'm in the office, bro. I got to get out here. My guys already out here working. I've been here for a week and a half. I've been here for a week and a half and have done more than people that have been here in freaking years. And I'm not even hired yet. Damn shame. I holla.
Profit. Muscle.
You want to change? You want change around here?
You saw the front of the building.
Terrible.
This the back of the building. They working on the front of the building. This the same people said, we gonna help you build what you want. How I'm gonna believe you, man? How I'm gonna believe them? Didn't I tell you I don't trust nobody? I'm coming over giving them the same passion and they smiling and laughing in my face. This ain't funny. We gonna ride through the fence that they ain't fixed the fence. We about to ride through this fence. This ain't even football side. This ain't even the football side. And y'all talking about mad at my Uncle Prime. Y'all mad at Dion, mad at Prime. This shit is every HBCU. Bro, we riding through the fence. This is track, bro. This is track. This is what they practice on. It's a straightaway. This is intramural field. You can't practice on this. These kids got this to work with. Trash. Yeah, I'm showing it. At this point, I gotta show this shit. I'm not even the head coach.
You right, don't trust nobody.
Congratulations. Man, I should go my ass home. I said I should. I ain't. It ain't happening. Cause of that lady right there. Cause of her right there. Miss Mary, you see her with the cane? Coach Kane. That's what you call me. Coach Kane is who I am. Don't cry. Do something. Y'all see these buildings right here? You see these buildings right here? Y'all see these buildings right here? This corner. Y'all see this right here? This here, this shit is abandoned right here. They're hoarding trash in this shit. All this right here is trash. From this corner all the way right here is trash. You understand me? Man, mutt your ass off here, man. What you talking about? I ain't mutting nobody. I'm trying to fix shit. What you doing? I told you somebody ain't gonna like it, bro. I told you somebody wasn't gonna like it. Do something about it, man. Come help us clean this shit up. I could have been mutting and showing shit. I chose not to. But now I'm out here walking with the football team, picking up trash. But I'm mutting us. Man, get out of here, man. I should leave. I'm not even under contract doing this. I'm mutting us? Man, get out of here, man. They mutt me. These motherfuckers didn't even clean my goddamn office when I got here. I'm mutting y'all? Get your ass, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. All this shit here was trash in front of me. Who you think got this shit cleared out? That building right there got trash in it. It's trash. What are you talking about? I need no goddamn donors to come out and help out, because people just want money. That's why I don't with social network. Fuck out of here, man.
That was the rant of Ed Reed, coach of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. We're here live at the Afterglow show with Kofi Hemingway. Kofi, when you first heard it, what were some of your thoughts on
Okay, so when I first heard it, you know, you try to weigh all of the sides, and I was trying to sit there, and then I sat there and I started meditating on it. And as I meditated on it, a heat started coming in my chest. I started getting mad at everybody. When I got mad at everybody, I started with the Bethune-Cookman administration. And the reason I'm starting there is that they are the head of the institution. And this level of dysfunction has been going on for, I want to say, since before COVID. You know, they had probably the premier athletic director among HBCUs, other than the guy that's at North Carolina A&T. Lynn Thompson was the dean of ADs in HBCU. He had been there a long time. He got Bethune-Cookman to a level where they were competing for championships in every sport, which at one time people was like, that is impossible. That is not going to happen. XYZ. He got it to he got all of their sports: tennis, volleyball, softball, baseball, basketball, women's basketball. All of their sports were competitive. And they were competitive largely because of Lynn Thompson. Now, here comes the administration, for whatever reason, felt, you know, I don't know why, how all of this stuff got up where they got rid of the man. But if you're going to get rid of the man, at least replace the position or fill the position with somebody that's at another level. Somebody that's got a higher level of aptitude and experience when it comes to running an athletic department. And not only an athletic department with low resources. Okay? They went out and got Reggie Theus, who has never been an AD at a Division I program. He's got professional experience. He played professional ball, you know, but that's not running an athletic department at an HBCU with low resources. So then you have that with no president and a dysfunctional board who has been fighting opposition, people stealing money, doing XYZ, all of this stuff. So all of that stuff is just running around in my mind. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting madder and madder because the first part, you know, when he talked about the whole broken mentality thing, part of me was offended, but part of me looked at it and was like, he's telling the truth. And the reason why I was like, he is telling the truth is because that fence has been in raggedy shape for some time. That track has been in raggedy shape for some time. Many of their other facilities on that campus, hurricane, no hurricane, whatever, have been piss poor for some time. My thing is, why is Ed Reed the only one mad? Why did it take an outsider to go there for a week and a half, look at this, and be totally appalled to the point where he was like, this is ridiculous. I should leave. But yet, Bethune-Cookman fans would scream up and down mad at Terry Sims for not producing or giving them a championship. And he's doing everything that he can possibly do, given the facilities, given the dysfunction that's around him. Why is Wildcat Nation so passive? That's where my anger, like, why didn't their board of trustees, why weren't they upset or appalled at the facilities or the shape that the facilities were in? Why they ain't mad? Why is it that Wildcat Nation is not in an uproar that they got kids out there trying to compete, you say, for championships, and you don't even have a track on your campus? You don't even have a stadium on your campus. Yes, you got a weight room. Yes, there are some nice things going on in the training facility, the athletic facility. That's one facility. Then you knew this man was coming. You knew he was coming. Knew he was coming from a PWI, and y'all didn't even have the nerve or the strength or even the foresight to clean the man's office. Terry Sims has been gone since December. What?
I forgot how far he'd been gone. So I'm like, that makes it look even worse. Like,
It wasn't like yesterday where the man just left and they didn't know that, hey, we just got rid of him. We just going on in there. We trying to clean it up. Don't cuss, Kofi. Don't cuss. Whew. I'm going to cuss anyway. Why the hell y'all didn't get up in there and clean that man's office up? That's the impression that you want him to give, that we can't do any better? You couldn't get some Mr. Clean, get some bleach, clean off the desk, get rid of all, or organize that paperwork in such a way that it looked halfway presentable? You couldn't get a bunch of people to do that? But y'all got skyboxes at the Florida Classic. Y'all got skyboxes at the Florida Classic. Y'all got all of this stuff. Y'all got all these different kinds of uniforms. Somebody had to pay for them. And y'all couldn't find a way to clean the man's office? Y'all don't have no insurance on campus to file what you call? You file the thing to make sure that the insurance takes care of the darn fence?
A claim.
File a claim?
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to file a claim. Nobody fought to file a claim. For Breeze, for my God, for Breeze, some shout, something in there to make it look presentable. Get some Glade plug-in saying, sir, we value you. We want you to come in here into a clean environment. Y'all couldn't even do that. Y'all didn't have the foresight to do that. That's a lack of excellence. And it's no wonder that the athletic department is in such disarray. No wonder they only won a couple of games, because you don't have everybody on the same page saying, let's find a way to make the best possible situation out of what we got. Let's make this work. Let's find a way to get it done. And I'm sitting up here, everybody's like, where's the press conference? Where's the press conference? Where's the press conference? Where's the press conference? Is the press conference coming? They hired him. Where's the press conference? This is what happens when you have incompetent people trying to do competent things. Now, let's get on Ed. He's a passionate dude. You don't get to that level in the NFL, to a Hall of Fame level, without having some boldness. This man sat on national TV and said that he got on his teammates during the Super Bowl year because jock straps and towels and stuff was left all over the floor, and he didn't want the cleaning people to have to do that when the team could have done that themselves. He was saying, we got to be more detail oriented. So they're saying that this guy likes clean atmosphere. He likes cleanliness. He likes order. He likes structure.
Order.
He likes that. He likes for people to do whatever is necessary to give the best possible, so everybody's doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
And so to come in, they knew this man was coming, and y'all couldn't even clean the darn office. That's trifling. That's straight up trifling. That's beyond trifling. And, it's just like if you have a guest that is clean, or they come from a good atmosphere, and they're coming over to your house and you don't clean out the toilet. You got a ring around your toilet. You won't even clean it. And you knew these people were coming. That's trifling. That's beyond trifling. You don't have nobody. And, we went, and the thing about it is, our HBCUs, at FAMU in particular, we went through the same thing this past summer with our dorms. It was like, sir, school started at the same time every single year. You didn't have anybody to go in there and inspect the dormitories to make sure that there was no roaches, that they had sprayed, that they were clean, that, when they moved in, it was going to be smooth spot. We just went through this foolishness a year and a half ago, and we back to the same thing. That's a broken mentality. That you don't even have the detail, or you don't have anybody around you with the wherewithal and awareness to get it clean and to get it done.
I thought we was on air. Like, are we on Bethune?
Sorry. On air. Back on air. Ed, your ass only been here for a goddamn week and a half. Did you not know that Cookman was in the shape that it was in before you took the job? Did somebody lie to you, or did you not have the wherewithal to at least do your own personal research to find out where they were, how they were operating? It's not just, hey, I want to be a head coach now. Then you get on your rant and you don't recognize that you are now the face of really the entire institution. You're representing not just that institution, but really all HBCUs. So when you get on and you make the kind of statements that insulted, it makes people mad. And I think that there should be a measure of dysfunction. You should confront dysfunction. I agree with that. But at the same time, you're a professional. If you were on Fox News, you wouldn't cuss.
That's facts.
If you was on the NFL Network, you wouldn't cuss.
That's facts.
If you was on CNN, you wouldn't cuss. If you was being interviewed by somebody that you deemed to be professional, you wouldn't cuss. You know why? Because you respect those entities. I'm wondering, Ed, whether or not you had respect for BCU, for the school that you say that you've been called to serve.
That's real. That's good. That's good.
Why you gonna go off like that and try to make it seem like these people don't know you?
That's real.
It takes relationship for you to be able to bring correction. Because when you do it like that, you got a whole bunch of bad kids out there and be like, you ain't my daddy.
A whole bunch of black alums.
Yeah. Where does this come from?
A whole bunch of HBCU alums. Go ahead.
You can be on your personal social media all you want to. The thing is, there's more than one person. That's why you are the face of the entire program.
Listen, man, let's not be dumb. If you was at your job and your job caught wind that you was talking crazy on your own personal social media, you can be fired. So
absolutely,
take that stupid comment somewhere else. Okay, please take that stupid comment somewhere else. All right, let's not play this game like social media don't get you fired. It does. Let's not play
social media can ruin your little career. Case in point, that girl that took her picture up there at FAMU with her booty out. That's gonna be following that girl.
She still got her degree though.
She eventually, but it was on hold for a minute.
But she got it though.
She got it though,
and she was twerking on it too.
So what you do on your social media does matter. And, for him not to have the awareness or to let his character, his anger supersede it, gave me a picture. I'm like, sir, y'all ain't even really faced no real adversity yet. What are you going to do when your team faces real adversity?
That's real.
Terry Sims has been through COVID and 3 hurricanes. What you gonna do then?
Listen, I think there's a point where a lot of Bethune-Cookman fans have to understand like the full, and I think some HBCU alums have to understand. I mean, outside of Bethune, of the full spectrum of what's going on at Bethune and what they do not have. I was told by a kid last year that they didn't even have a locker room. They were changing inside of a trailer by the football field, by the stadium. That's number one. Number two, I was also told by a player that they have to wash their own uniforms. You know what I'm saying?
Ridiculous.
Like it's things like that you know, a lot of Bethune alums will say, you know, well, we were still winning. But that's not the point. That's really not the point, right? It's not the fact that it's great that you can do more with less. That's great. But why subject students and players to
your people? Come on, man.
What I never understand is that you're okay. Because if you were in that situation, you wouldn't want to be in that situation. It just doesn't make sense.
No, I mean, you're hitting it right on. This is your student experience. That day of doing more with less has got to end. At some point, we have got to end that whole mantra. We do more with less. We've had to do it. But it's past time for us to start doing more with more. We need more. We need more. And, you know, what if the president is in a skybox and his team and Miss BCU and all their alumni, they prominent alumni, is in a skybox and they eating caviar and all that other fried chicken and oxtail, all that stuff. They getting all of that in the press box and they change in a world-class hotel. Why would you subject your students to anything less than that? Your kids ain't changing in no darn trailer. You know, and that brings me back to my first point. Why wasn't the administration appalled by these conditions? Why wasn't the BOT appalled by these conditions? Why is it that the Cookman alumni are not mad and appalled at these conditions? Why does it take an outsider to come in for a week and a half and be appalled? You know, we've become desensitized.
That's a great word.
We've become desensitized.
That's good.
To a poverty mentality.
That's good.
We can't do it. We don't have. Find them. Get it done. Partner with somebody that knows what they're doing and get it done. The days of excuses are over with. You got people that all around that want to give you money, but you don't even ask. You don't even ask, don't even have no plans to ask because you got different priorities. Find a way. Find a way. That's what leadership does. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Let me go. I think HBCU says, I've never seen a trailer at the stadium. I think he's a Bethune-Cookman alum. Let me say this, right? What I love about HBCU alums, they kind of remind me of a cheating guy, right? Of a cheating guy. Your girl catch you cheating, and she'll say, well, I heard you was at the ice cream shop. Well, I wasn't at the ice cream shop. Well, I heard you was with another girl, but I wasn't at the ice cream shop. But like, bro, you was cheating. Let's not deflect the fact that kids are still washing their stuff on their own. Did you speak on that?
Don't defend dysfunction.
Come on, man. Stop
defending that stuff.
I get it. You know, people love to nitpick. People love the nitpick of what they want to talk about, what they don't want to talk about, or this is true and this is true. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's, can we fix it? How do we fix it? How do we go about it, right? Because you'll see the first thing, well, we've been dominant in programs, right? You just got a hurricane, right? You just had a hurricane. There's boarded up windows on the gym. I've seen that myself. I got the video to prove it, right? What should be going out to is like, hey, this is the thing that always kills me. A lot of people would do better if you were just more upfront, right? That's the one thing I've always believed in. If you tell people what it is, a lot of people will give you the time that you need, or they'll see that you're on it, right? So I used to do IT. People knew I used to do IT, right? So when people would come to me and say, hey, Scott, like my computer's not working, they'll say, hey, I'll say, hey, give me a couple hours or whatever. If I couldn't fix it, I'm going to call them back up and say, hey, listen, this is what's going on. It's going to take me more time than I thought to get the issue. And 9 times out of 10, Bama's going to be like, okay, Scott, man, I appreciate you just letting me know. Sometimes your HBCU alums just rather you just be like, hey, we got 5 windows that's broken out. This is the price. If anybody can help, Let us know. We got a process, but we would love to know if anybody can assist and anything like that. And then maybe you'll get HBCU alums. Maybe you'll get donors. Maybe you have an alum that has a window company that can come out and fix it. But if you never put that stuff on Front Street, if you never talk about it and act like it's just going to magically disappear, then you have things piling up and then nothing gets done. What's up?
Let me say this, and let me hit Cookman again.
Shut up. People, land. He's in the business.
Because Cookman's sitting out there and they like, we got a lot. The interim president told us that, he didn't want our money. Get rid of his ass. He got to go. He's an interim. He's got to go. Now, here's the other thing. You cannot continue to defend what's not working. Is it working for you? Now, again, let's go through. Are you committed, Wildcat Nation? Are you really committed? Because you play in a high school stadium, okay, and you've done a lot. There have been a lot of upgrades to it, et cetera, et cetera. Now, at the Florida Classic, I see Cookman fans out the yin-yang. I'm like, where these people come from? Where are you all during the regular season? If you all have been to the games, a lot of this stuff could have possibly have been confronted. I know nobody likes to see their team lose and do X, Y, and Z, but if you're not at least buying a game ticket to go to the game to watch your team or support your team, how much skin do you really have in the game? And then at the end of the day, we want to complain. That's not how it works. We can't get better if we continue to defend what's not working. And the question that Wildcat Nation has to ask is this working for us? Is this board of trustees working?
Now, my question is this. And Mr. D, if you listening, please call in real quick because I want to get your opinion on this board of trustees, what I'm about to say, if you're still watching and listening. Now, I thought, hold on,
You are the only participant in the conference. All participants are muted.
I thought the board of trustees, the reason you put the board of trustee members in certain positions is their connections. You are a board of trustee because of your connections to help out the board, right? So if it's like, let's say I get Tyler Perry on my board of trustees for Allscript. Well, the reason I'm bringing him in and having his opinion is because of his connections. So I get board of trustee members, from what I've been told, are supposed to help with fundraising, help with connections, help to build the school. That's why you're put in the position. Now, if that's wrong, please correct me. But that's what I thought board of trustee members. It wasn't just to have the title. It was actually do some goddamn work. Let me go to Mr. D real quick so he can elaborate. What's up, Mr. D?
What's going on? Look, let's get something straight here. The bottom line is you have a dysfunction administration that is basically overwhelmed, underwater, and trying to, it's a sinking ship, right? They have financial issues, then they have environmental issues, and it's hard to get out of that. And so then when you bring someone like an Ed Reed, his expectations are different than too slow for him, and that's the issue. But for that board of trustees, they're there to assist and bring money to the institution. To bring contact. If you can't bring money, you bring in your contacts. So it's different people here on the board from different organizations. You have people from the clergy, from churches here, and you got people from the business community, things like that. So those aspects have to be leveraged. But the problem is Ed Reed is moving at a fast pace than what they are used to working. And I'm not mad at what he's done. I'm okay with what he did, because if he didn't do it the way that he, how can I say that? He's not as tactful as Dion.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't have got out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm all right because everybody, Ed Reed has all like that. In the chat talking about, oh, he's cursing. Ed Reed has been this since day one when he played on the Miami team. He was the main person that got on the whole team when they weren't doing what they were supposed to do. This man has not changed throughout his whole entire life. So why would you expect a man of his stature to come to a school and be meek and not say nothing? That's not him.
You know, but
now, I can stand that. Go ahead, Kofi.
No, I agree with you. I mean, he's been a drum set his entire career. But you want a drum set that now sound like a flute. It ain't finna happen. You know, he was Ed Reed his entire life. He grew up in the hood, played for the Canes, a leader. He's an alpha dog. He's not going to be quiet about stuff. You know,
and he's not going to be quiet. So like for those who don't know, my family has strong ties at Bethune-Cookman. My uncle is a staple. Where he was talking about Mary McLeod Bethune's statue, my uncle and his wife has a brick. They bought a brick to help pay for that stuff. Okay. He has paid for the education of 25 people from the Miami area that go to the school. Plus, I've had cousins, his sons, they all graduated from Bethune-Cookman. Okay. And it's a of how the board of trustees is aligned, especially the chairman, that you on your third interim president and nothing's been done. So I'm going to ask Kofi this question. All of these things that he pointed out, do you think these things have just happened or it's been like that for years?
It's been like that for years. And my point is, you know, y'all know that the chairman of the board, the Wildcat Nation, y'all know that y'all chairman of your BOT is raggedy. You know that they are corrupt. You know that they are not producing anything. Even when Jesus went by and saw the darn fig tree that had not produced fruit, what did he do? He cursed the tree. He got rid of the tree.
That's
right.
In the book. That's in the book.
Now,
so
this is why people got to understand. The board of trustees has disbanded. The school has disbanded the alumni association. Who in the hell does that? So that means that when people are talking out here tomorrow, get the alumni involved, how the hell are you going to get the alumni involved as part of an organized association nationwide and you disband and you fighting with the alumni? So when you fighting with the alumni, who the hell is going to participate and help you out? And now they see you sinking.
Look,
you gotta understand the dynamics that's going on at the school, and it's a travesty. And I'm glad he was cursing because I believe he was told certain things, and that when he came on, he saw it wasn't done. You heard the statement. He said, "Hey, people told me stuff, and then they laughing behind my back." Listen to what he is talking about. So it's a travesty, and I wish that he keeps pushing the envelope because change is not going to come about at BCU unless there's friction.
You're right.
And he needs to keep pushing and getting the friction and holding people accountable. You got anything else, Scotty?
No, Mr. D, I appreciate the call.
Thank you, man.
All
you
right,
know, my thing is this.
The
you know, again,
conference has
you
been lost.
cannot change what you do not confront. You cannot confront what you do not identify. Case in point. I remember when Coach Simmons first came to FAMU, people talk about how raggedy or small our field house is now.
Yeah,
when he got there, when he got there, his office had mold or a whole open ceiling in this man's office. It's moldy ceilings throughout the facility. Mold, I mean, the locker room was deplorable. The lockers hadn't been changed since 1982. But Rattler Nation was wanting championships. So finally somebody took some pictures and got them to Colonel Kinsey, you know, who put it out there like, Guys, look at this. Look at this ish. It's ridiculous. Why do we have locker rooms with and then the players, if they get sick or catch a disease,
boy, suing. I'm suing it. I'm suing y'all Bamas.
Bruh, you'd have to amputate an entire leg because of some of that bacteria that's in there. It's not a safe environment. You know what I'm saying? But you can't change until you don't confront. You need voices that are going to say, you know what? On Mary's grave, we stand. Look, we coming in the name of Mary McLeod. But and we fits to stand up in here, and we need y'all. Y'all either gonna get it together or y'all got to go. Now, the other option is either y'all gonna get it together, Cookman's gonna get it together, or they're going to have to become a state school, or Cookman's in more danger than people feel. A house divided cannot stand. If they don't get this thing in order within the next year and a half, there are going to be some stronger ramifications to this, and this is a historical landmark. And because it happened to Morris Brown, please don't think it can't happen to BCU. This is serious.
All right, let's go. Moving forward. All right, it is basketball season. All right, basketball season's in the air. Question to everybody in the chat. Team A or Team B, who wins? All right, 7-game series. The championship is on the line. Team A or Team B, who wins? Now, I'm going to pop this off first. And when I initially looked at it, I was like, there's no way I go against Shaq. Right? I'm like, there's just no way. Like, a dominant Shaq, Kobe, Michael, like, I don't see it. I just don't. But I got to thinking. And I don't know why I got to thinking. But I got to thinking. I was just like, Team A is just too long. They're just too, I mean, Giannis is 7 foot, KD 7 foot, Embiid 7 foot, LeBron 6'9", and you got that light-skinned baby face assassin. I'm gonna go with Team A. I gotta go with Team A. I think most of the old people are gonna be on the nostalgia play where they go with Team B, but for me, I'm gonna go with Team A. I just think they're too long, they're too athletic. The real difference maker, to me, is Shaq in this, and Magic Johnson probably whooping Steph Curry's ass up and down the field, depending on what the rules are. But for me, I'm going with Team A.
I agree with you because Shaq can't shoot no free throws, and if the game is tight, you foul Shaq and he don't make none. You know, that's a big deal because I don't think Larry Bird can guard LeBron. He can't. I think that he would be challenged guarding Kevin Durant. You know, that's a long physical team, bro. Like, and they have modernized the game to the point where those guys can take threes. You know, Magic's jump shot is good, but he was more of a, passing lane guy, working all that. And yeah, Jordan's going to get his, Bird will get his, but Team A is faster and more athletic.
Yeah, I think the thing is you probably have to hide Steph because there's nobody on this team he could probably guard other than maybe Larry Bird. But Larry Bird will back him down, probably shoot over him. That's the hardest part is who Steph guards. But
Steph would have to get on Kobe.
I'm not doing that. Hell, I'll put Steph on Magic before I put him on, because with Magic, he can slack off, right? He can stay underneath the 3-point. He can force Magic to shoot threes. I'm not Steph. No, Steph on Kobe is not that. No, that's not even. Kobe would eat that kid up for lunch. So I would gotta go with Magic. I gotta go with Magic. Yeah, I gotta go with Magic. I gotta tell Steph to guard Magic because at the end of the day, if Magic gets in the paint, which this team is probably going to want to play in, we got length to guard that. You know what I'm saying? So you will probably want to force him into the paint. and Magic Johnson's jump shot wasn't really all that, so I can live with that. But understandable, Magic got to guard Steph all the way out on that three-point line. Shaq gonna have to guard Embiid off that block, okay? You know what I'm saying? Who gonna guard KD is the real question in this. Who gonna guard KD?
That's the question.
That's the real question. Who gonna guard KD and who gonna guard LeBron? You probably put Kobe on LeBron. They probably go back and forth, whatever. But the real question is who guards Giannis and who guards. So you probably put Shaq on Giannis because he really can't shoot like that. But if Larry's on Embiid, that's barbecue chicken. if Larry is on Embiid, that is barbecue chicken. Okay, barbecue chicken. And I know people like who gonna guard Jordan. If I'm being honest, I would put KD on Jordan. That's just me. I don't think there's anything that Jordan could do better. I'm not saying he's not a true scorer, which Jordan is, but I believe the length of KD will give Jordan problems. But definitely going with teammate. Definitely going with teammate. But
my 90s mentality is pulling that man. It's pulling. It's hard to go against MJ, but I'm and Larry because I grew up on that. But looking at the way the game is and looking at the athleticism and the length of Team A, I would go with Team A as well.
Yeah. So, that would be a fun one. That would be a fun one. But yep, that is what it is. All right. Next up. Oh man, listen. If Timmy, okay. I would replace
Shaq or Bird.
Oh, hell no. No. And Jordan can't stop Durant. Like it's not that Jordan can't stop Durant. And if you telling me Durant can't stop, and I didn't say he can stop him, I said he can give him fits. Listen to what y'all Bamas don't listen. Okay, y'all Bamas don't listen. Right? Give me a player that Jordan had to guard that was 6'10", could handle the ball off the dribble, could shoot the three, and could take you to the hole. He didn't guard nobody like that. So if you're saying Jordan, if you said KD couldn't stop Jordan, to how Jordan gonna stop KD? Like, what are we talking about? Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. You Bamas think the 90s was just all, oh my God, everything was better in the 90s. Dog, KD's a freaking two guard at 6'10". Shut up. But anyway, if I'm putting Timmy in this, I would either take out Larry and put Timmy, because then you can probably go Giannis, Shaq on Giannis, and Embiid on Timmy. And I think that's a great matchup. I think you can get it on both ways. You know what I'm saying? So I would like that because I think everybody else can match up. If you take Larry, put Timmy, I think everybody else can match up. What's goody?
All right. So you get your sixth man would be Tim Duncan. Who would be your sixth man on Team A? John Morant?
No, hell no. Wouldn't be my Dick John Morant. It would either be Dwayne Wade or Dirk Nowitzki. It would either be Dirk or Dwayne Wade. Who else could be my sixth man? Because I love Dirk. I think people don't. I don't think people put enough respect on Dirk's name. Another sixth man that I could use. Oh, Ginobili. You can use Ginobili. You know what I'm saying? If you want a true,
I wouldn't pick Ginobili over Dirk though.
If you want a true six man, you could always go Ginobili. Oh, they said Hakeem. Oh yeah, for Team B, Hakeem. Oh yeah, that'd be nasty.
Ooh, that's nasty.
That'd be nasty. You know what I'm saying? So, you could go McGrady. T-Mac. Yeah, I love me some T-Mac. You go T-Mac on that, Jay. That's good. I like it. MJ is a lockdown defender. How are you locking down 6'10" when he jumps, he's 7'2", and he's shooting over? Like, you can't lock that down. You might give it problems, but you're not locking that down. But I'll tell you this, if the rules were to the 90s, then this game would be a lot closer, in my personal opinion. If the rules were of the 2010, this is Team A all the way. right? Because Magic can't hand check, Jordan can't hand check, Kobe can't hand check, Larry can't hand check. They can't do nothing like that. And if you're allowed to hand check Steph Curry don't get past half court. Let's just be real. If you're allowed to hand check, if Magic Johnson's allowed to hand check Steph Curry, this game is over. Okay, let's just call it what it is.
All right.
Let's call it what it is. This game is over because everybody's fouling. All right, so I think there's a little there. It depends on the rules. Well, it's gonna be, but it's gonna be a good game though. It's gonna be a good game. All right, next up. I Have a Dream, the HBCU edition. All right, shout out to Martin Luther King. All right, and the godfather of the civil rights movement. Kofi, what is your dream for HBCUs?
I have a dream that HBCUs would begin to monetize their brand in such a way that it would level the playing field considerably. I have a dream that HBCUs would have top-notch facilities across the board and not have their coaches driving through fences. I have a dream that I want to say 4- and 5-star athletes would return to HBCUs and play for HBCUs because we have top-notch facilities across the board, top-notch training staffs, a top-notch nutritional staff, and we'd be lacking in no good thing. That's my dream.
Listen, man, I'm not even going. I don't even really need to, because I don't want to get too deep, because I don't want to get to like fantasy land. You know what I'm saying? But you know, because you could be like, I have a dream that you listen, man. I have a dream. Simply as this: is that people in administration will hire people that know how to do the job. Very simple to me. I'm not going to hire an AD that's never been an AD. I'm not going to hire a commissioner that has never negotiated a media contract. I'm not going to hire a coach. I mean, with the Dion and celebrity stuff, that's kind of iffy, however you want to do it with the resources. If you don't got no experience, you better damn sure be coming with some resources, okay? So it's just simply those things that's one. And this one's the biggest one for me. I have a dream that we as Black people will see our stuff as equal or better than our counterparts, our white counterparts, right? And it's just simply this. I'm gonna break it down like this. On3, right? On3 and 247 and all this type of stuff. They have white commentators on this thing that you have never heard before. You've never seen it. Who is Josh Pate? I don't know who that is. Right? The white boy on 3 that's like super buff and he has a little comb over. I don't know who that is. But in the white world, he's like, oh my God, you don't know Josh Pate? Oh my God, you don't know. They love their own stuff, right? So in the end, I'm gonna say this. I have a dream that Black people will one day see their stuff better or equal than to their white counterparts. That doesn't mean in what you make. That doesn't mean in how much numbers you do. It doesn't mean, because at the end of the day, there are certain doors you can't walk into because of the product that you have. But that does not mean what you put on the field or how you present it, because sometimes you do present it pretty bad. But the pageantry that you put behind it, the excitement that you put behind it, the energy you put in does not make it less than a PWIs. So that is my I Have a Dream HBCU edition. So just want to make that very clear.
Hubba.
All right, next thing I want to talk about. Oh my goodness, I don't have it up here. No, I don't. Let me bring this up because I really want to talk about this. and I need your opinion on what you thought about this, Kofi. Let me see. Let me get it going. Present, share screen, window. Boom. Now, what is this? The stuff people waste money on, they paid this Bama $10 million to do this statue. And what in God's green name is this? For $10 million, like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. When I first saw it, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm not artsy enough. Maybe my eye isn't trained in the way of the art, of the arts. And I'm not, artsy. But when I first saw this, I'm not gonna lie to you, it looked pretty explicit to me until somebody explained to me what it truly was. And I said, oh, man, I had to repent on the spot. I said, Lord, please forgive me. You know what I'm saying? My thoughts, my ways are not your ways. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Oh, this Kofi, what was your first opinion of it?
It really looked like somebody was giving some oral right there. It really did. It was giving like somebody was slobbing on something. That's what it looked like at first. But after looking at the picture, of the actual embrace, I get it. And art is so subjective like that. I just wish that she had, I don't know, it's her, but chosen something that would have maybe included their faces or something, then people would have probably gotten it.
Listen, I would have been cool if you just used half their bodies. Like, let's say if you would have went waist up from the ground, that would have been
cool. Neck up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like here up, and cool. But you ain't got no faces. Like this is people overthinking. Okay, you're overthinking. Just put the damn faces on the thing. And just put the damn faces on the statue so people can be like, oh wow, that is so beautiful. Like, but this is just people doing too much, man. This is when doing too much goes wrong. Okay, when it's keeping it real goes too wrong. When doing too much goes wrong, and this is what it looks like. So
let me say this also. I believe the artist was white, right?
I don't know what the artist was.
I think the artist was white.
Oh, are you serious? Let me go look that up. Let me see. Go ahead. Keep talking though.
So, it's Martin Luther King, people. Boston, whatever y'all have. Boston.
He's black. Hank Willis Thomas. That's his name. Hank Willis Thomas. He's black.
That's just crazy. They could have done better. That's all. Booty Talk 46.
Listen, I'm not going to comment on those because those were the days I used to live with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Back in the college and high school days. We're not going to talk about that, but
Jesus. All right.
Definitely know about the 46. Oh yeah, but that was different. That was different. All right. So let's get to these NR playoff recaps. All right, 23-41. Brock Purdy is, man, that boy Purdy. That boy Purdy.
That boy is Purdy.
That boy Purdy.
And I can't even say nothing really bad about him, right? He's balling out. And Seattle had an opportunity there before they started turning the ball over.
Yeah.
To really make a game of it. But, the San Francisco defense is legit. And
it is.
At the end, they were able to make enough plays to get it done.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you stay with Geno? I think you do. Listen.
Geno ball, bro. I don't think Russell Wilson would have been able to do anything different against that San Francisco defense.
I like Geno. I like what he's given to Seattle. I think they need a few more weapons. I think they need a better. I like Kenneth Walker at the running back position. I think they need another guy. But definitely need another receiver. They definitely got to get another receiver. But I like what Geno was doing. Jags Duval versus the Chargers. Let me say this. They fired their OC and they fired their QB coach. That's not enough. That ain't what the debacle that was going down at the. That's not enough for me.
27 zip.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But I said this. I said if they let the Jags score before the half, it's gonna be on and popping. And sure enough, they let the Jags score. And then Bosa did something stupid and
got the 15-yarder.
Yeah. And that really did it right there. I saw it falling apart.
Let me ask you. I'll dive a little deeper on my question. While we go forward for the divisional round. All right. I was surprised this Dolphins game was as close as it was. I thought it would be a blowout.
I'm a Dolph fan, and I was just like, bro, we finna lose. I didn't want to put that energy out there on Twitter, you know. And then we ended up with an opportunity to actually tie the game, you know, possibly win it with the whole 4th and 1. You know, that situational football stuff is
bad. That was bad.
It's bad, you know, and it gives a new respect for what, you know, the Patriots and Bill Belichick were able to accomplish, because it seemed like no matter what situation they were in, they knew exactly what to do and when. Now, with that 4th and 1, what happened was, you know, they thought that they had gotten the first down.
Yeah.
You know, so they had personnel in there for a first down play. You know, and they're thinking, you know, and then it's like, hey, it's not first down, it's a 4th down. So now
change
information has changed. Meanwhile, the clock is going and you don't have no timeouts.
Yeah.
So, you know, I kind of get it with the rookie QB. He gets a little grace for me. Because I wasn't expecting this game to be even in the realm of being winnable for the Dolphins. But kudos to how we played. I'm happy that the season is over. Hopefully Tua can come back, but we're going to have to draft a QB. We're going to have to draft one.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the guy that played for you guys. He didn't look too bad either. So
I like him. He's good, but you know, you can't be playing these games. You're talking about, I think with the wide receiver core that we have, you get the right defensive coordinator, you get a solid backup QB to Tua or somebody that can push him. If say like Aaron Rodgers decides or Tom Brady decides to go and play at Miami, you know, that would be a welcome scenario to push to it and for him to learn some more and get better and take advantage of the talent that we have on that squad because it's there.
Giants versus Vikings. Listen, I would have never in a million years guessed that Daniel Jones would look as good as he did in this game. Now, I'm going to say this. I have a lot of friends that are Redskin fans. I call them Redskins. Y'all can call them whatever you want. I'm going to call them Redskins, okay? I got a lot of friends that are Redskin fans. And they have never been on the Kirk Cousins bandwagon. But I'll tell you this. That pass that he threw on 4th and 12, that was 6 yards. If I was a Minnesota Viking fan, I'm checking the books because at the end of the day, he's counting cards. He's point shaving. That made no sense whatsoever that on 4th and 12, you would throw a 6-yard out route and not even to Justin Jefferson. You didn't go to Adam Thielen.
That was bad.
You didn't go to Justin Jefferson. You went to your tight end. No.
Who wasn't at the sticks?
No, my God. Oh, listen, if I was a fan,
slow, runs a 4.8.
If I was, did we not remember what Justin Jefferson did against the Buffalo Bills with the one-handed catch? Like, you didn't throw. Listen, everybody and their mama would have knew. If I was Kirk Cousins, I'm telling everybody I'm going to Justin Jefferson. Stop it. I'm throwing it to Justin. He got 3 Bamas on him. I don't give a damn. I'm throwing it to Justin.
You're right, bro. That's what you do.
I can't believe that, man. I can't believe that, bro.
Come on, man.
That was just crazy. But I don't want to focus too much on the Minnesota Vikings. They lost. Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones. I can't even name their receivers other than Darius Slayton, and he threw for 300 yards. It was amazing. I'm excited to see what they do in the second round against the Eagles. So, but shout out to Daniel Jones, and shout out to Brian. Shout out to Brian Daboll, who it turned that team around in 1 year. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely.
We
the what?
We them boys.
Look, bro. Let me get. First of all, the Ravens had
game. They had it,
bruh.
They had it. That fumble was huge.
98-yard fumble return. That's just dumbfounded me. If that was my team, I would have just, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, 98 yards. Yeah.
Now, the Bengals are a scrappy bunch. Me personally, I think they play a little dirty, but you have to kill them. And they got plenty of experience. Right now, I would pick them over Buffalo with the way that Josh Allen is turning the ball over right now. I like Burrow better, but the Ravens had this game, bro. They so had this game.
Let's moving on. Let's talk about prime time. Let's talk about Monday night primetime television. And we were so dominant, the 4 missed field goals didn't even matter. The extra point. Hey!
We them boys.
Listen, this game was really 31-6. So it was really, if we're being honest, it was really 31-6. They got the onside kick, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a damn? We straight dominated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I can see everybody in the talk, Tom Brady, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a damn. Because if we would have lost, all you Bama's would be like, that's why he the GOAT. That's why he the greatest of all time. That's why it is. We set that old man ass down.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to go out on a limb. This is the year, because 49ers Cowboys matchups are legendary in how they swing the pendulum in the NFL regarding how a team is going to perform in the postseason and who's going to be set up to win or at least compete for a Super Bowl title. I believe that with everything that the Cowboys have, that this is their year to win the NFC.
Say that. Hey!
I'm not a Cowboy fan. But if Dak can play anywhere near where he played last night against San Fran, I do not believe the Cowboys are going to allow a rookie QB to beat them in the second round of the playoffs. I just don't believe the football gods are going to allow a rookie QB to go to the Super Bowl.
Now, let me say this, because a lot of you Bamas, you probably don't watch a lot of football as much as I do. The 49ers in the Brock Purdy era have not played a defense as highly ranked as the Cowboys. They played the Raiders. They played the Seahawks twice, I think, with Purdy. The playoff and the one before. I think they played the Commanders and one more team. So this will be the highest rated defense that they have gone against in the Brock Purdy era as he's been playing. So I'm not saying the 49ers are legit. That front seven is, but I'm just telling you what it is. But let's talk about what happened on Monday night. Dak was Daking for once. Jesus Christ, man. I'm like, thank you, God. Because in the beginning of the game, man, I'm like, yo, this is about to be ugly. This is it's looking pretty ugly. But we got on the rhythm. We got on the roll. All I'm going to say is this. Zeke needs to sit down. I'm tired of seeing them trot this Bama out like he is the 2016 Zeke. He is not that. Tony Pollard should be starting. Point blank, period. Go ahead.
Let me say this. The Cowboys game plan, knowing that they were playing against a good defense with Tampa Bay, made up their mind to establish the run. Once my man went on had a nice break for like I think like a 12-yard game.
Yeah.
I was like, Dak is gonna play well now because they're gonna have to protect the run game. And I love the formations in the run game. They weren't lining up necessarily the same way. They had two back sets. It wasn't a predictable attack. And Dallas has a formidable offensive line. So I believe, again, that if they can maintain that level, they're going to be a really, really, really tough out. I believe that this is their year to get over that hump. Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers are not in the playoffs.
Woo, thank God. They got some voodoo on us. I ain't even going to hold.
Ain't nobody in there. You know, I think even with Philadelphia and Hurst, and I love him, I believe that this is the year for Dallas to take that extra step.
All right, listen, call lines are open.
The conference has been unlocked.
All right, call lines are open. We're going to talk about the divisional rounds, but you're more than welcome to call in. You already know what it is, 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. All right, the divisional round. All right, you got Duval, Eagles, and Giants. What you got?
I really like the Jags. You know, that's my home team, so XYZ. But they ain't finna go up there and beat Kansas City. They do, that'd be a miracle.
Listen.
They're capable. I'm not going to pick against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
It could be a shootout. Because I don't believe in Kansas City's defense. It's not that good. It's not that consistent enough for me. But Patrick Mahomes is that guy. It can be a shootout. It could definitely be a shootout. What's up?
Yeah. If they allow Jacksonville to hang around in that game, then Jacksonville, I believe, is the type of team with Trevor Lawrence. They have the type of belief and the experience that Peterson has as a play caller and as a head coach. They don't want to have Jacksonville hanging around in third and fourth quarter. Jacksonville will win that game.
I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes because it's Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Kansas City, but I don't think I wouldn't sleep on the Jags, maybe pulling out an upset on that one if it becomes a shootout between the quarterbacks because I don't think either one of their defenses is an all-world, but I do like – because Dougie P and Andy Reid are from the same tree. So the creativity of the play calling, I mean, Dougie P came from Andy Reid's tree, so the play calling should be elite in this game, so make sure you guys tune in. Eagles versus the Giants. Let me say this. I thought the matchup for us was better against the 49ers than the Eagles. So I was so happy that the Giants won because I thought the Eagles, the way they move the ball, the way they run and all that type of stuff, I just didn't like that matchup for us. It gives us fits, but how good is Jalen Hurts going to be coming back from a shoulder injury? I think he's had about 3 or 4 weeks off, so he could be back rusty or whatever. But who you got, Kofi?
I've seen these Giants before when they get to this round. This is going to be a scrappy game because I don't know exactly what to expect, but I do believe Philly has too much. The thing is, though, they're familiar with one another. And so the Giants are not going to be fazed by anything Philadelphia has. They've already seen them twice this year. What were the scores in those games?
I was just about to look it up. Let me see the schedule. So they 48-22, and then the last one in the regular season was 22-16. So the first game was 48 December 11th. It was 48-22, and then the Eagles played them January 8th, and it was 22-16. So should be a good one.
Right. So I'm gonna go Philly.
Let me see this. Let me see the stat line. Yeah, Jalen Hurts played. He went 20 of 35, 229, and 1 interception. I'm gonna go with the upset. I think the Giants pull this off. I really do. I really believe that they pull it off. I think Jalen Hurts comes in rusty, and the New York Giants pull it off and they make a run. That's one thing about that Giants team. And once they get in the playoffs, they've always been a very dangerous team once they get in the playoffs. I'm going to call the upset. I think the Giants pull this one off because I would prefer to see them than the Eagles. So I'm just going to I'm going to hope and pray that they pull this one off.
Right.
So, all right, next up, Buffalo Bengals, what you got?
Bengals. I believe in Burrow more than Josh. I know the Hamlin story is great, but I'm going with Burrow.
Buffalo versus the Bengals. I'm going with Buffalo. I think Josh Allen has to get over this. He got to get through it. He got to get through it. He got to push through to break through to get to the Super Bowl. I think this could be their year. He just got to lock in. He just got to lock in. And I think the Bengals, that offensive line has played a lot better, but they can still be had when it comes to Joe Burrow. But he's a dog, man. Joe Burrow's a dog. So we'll see how that game. But I'm gonna go Buffalo on this one. And the game of the week. Hey,
we them boys.
Game of the week.
I'm going with the Cowboys in this.
Woo!
I'm going with the Cowboys in this.
We them boys.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. If the Cowboys win this game, you're gonna be sick of me. Okay, y'all Bama's gonna be sick of me. Well, I'm telling you, if we win this game. Listen, before the game even the game we scheduled, I told a Cowboys friend of mine that I prefer the 49ers over the Eagles. Brock Purdy is not as mobile as Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts has given us fits with his mobility. My keys for this game is we got to stop Christian McCaffrey. All right, Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel, we have to limit their big plays, and we got to make Brock Purdy uncomfortable very quickly, very often. And for the Cowboys offense is we have to get Tony Pollard going, all right, and we got to block up Joey Bosa. Is it Nick? It's Nick Bosa. Got to block up Nick Bosa, and that front seven of the 49ers got to block that up. But I have us also winning. I think it's a close game. I think it's – I really don't even want to do field goals because I don't even know if Brett Maher – if Brett Maher can't make no kicks, it's going to be a really, 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 really – man, listen, I hope they bring in the extra kicker just to be on the safe side. I got the Cowboys winning this one. 31-24. 31-24. Dallas wins. We finally get to the NFC.
We them boys. We them boys.
We finally. I haven't seen it in my lifetime. Well, I have, but I mean, I wasn't old enough to remember. I haven't seen it in a long time. We finally get back to the NFC Championship game. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, win, lose, or draw, if we make it there, that's my Super Bowl. I can die happy right there because I ain't never seen it. I ain't never seen it in my life. Well, I can't remember, but, you know, it is what it is. But I would be happy. All right? And I want to get to something real quick. Paris, let me say something to you, ma'am. You remember all that talking you was doing? Jackson State was winning, going for an undefeated season. And the inevitable was what? Bama's losing the Celebration Bowl again.
We them boys. We them boys.
Losing it again. So you're the last one that should be talking, ma'am, talking about some prolonging the inevitable. All right. Anyway, all right, call lines are open. 518-263-8124. 518-263-8124. 8700 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
I'm good, Scotty. I'm good.
What's goody?
Hey, man, just want to comment on this. Just want to comment on the Jaguars game, bro. Oh, my bad. This time is my bad. But yeah, just want to comment on the Jaguars game. Hey, I think being in that stadium, bro, seeing the Jags down 27-0, everybody was shook. Everybody was like, kind of what the hell's going on? You know, Trevor Lawrence throwing 4 picks, something that you really can't think of, fathom, to think of like, all right, well, you're gonna come back and win that game, bro. I think the Jazz it's some type of juice or something, mojo to believe the Jazz got going on. So I'm expecting a big time victory on the road against Kansas City. Probably say like 31-28. 23, something close, because my home's gonna come and have some big time magic or something like that. So, but that's all I got, man. Duval County, Duval till we die, I'm always put on. So, hey, appreciate that.
I appreciate the call. Listen, I don't know what it is. I have a very strange feeling that Jaguars could pull that out. I don't know why. Listen, Travis Etienne, them Clemson boys is winning. Okay, them Clemson boys. If you being honest, like watching, because even Dexter Lawrence was killing. I can't remember what team Dexter Lawrence is on. Let me check. But he was killing somebody. Let me see.
I ain't gonna sleep on him. It's just hard to just bet against Mahomes.
Yeah, he with the Giants. Like them Clemson boys is man, they just different, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. They different. So I wouldn't be surprised if they pull it out. I really would. It wouldn't shock me if they pulled it out. I wouldn't really be like, oh my God, I didn't see it coming. I'd be like, I saw it. Yeah, I kind of saw it. Trevor Lawrence is just that guy, man. He's like sunshine. So he is. He just like sunshine. All right, we don't got no more callers. Kofi, what you got coming up this week?
Hey man, we got recruiting season going on and basketball season. As much as it's been just
wait a minute. That girl got to go. Hey, and listen, you know what? And I feel so bad because I gave her so much credit after that Georgia State win. I was like, these girls look good. They look different. You guys are getting waxed in swag play. Like, bro. And what makes it even worse, Bethune, with all their issues, is killing in swag basketball. Listen, I'm telling you, Pillow got to go. She got to get fired, bro. She got to go. I'm sorry, but go ahead. She got to get fired.
It's gonna be a lot. They gotta finish strong. The good thing is they won one, so we're gonna see where we go from there. If she finishes strong, she can keep her job. If she doesn't, it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be very tough for her to keep it.
What does finishing strong look like though?
7 of the last 8.
Not happening. Let's look at this schedule. But what you talking about?
I'm just saying that's finishing strong.
Not happening. Because that means you gotta play. You play, okay. You just beat Valley. Congratulations. Is this the women's? Yeah, you just beat Valley. You gotta play Jackson again. You gotta play Alabama A&M. Alabama State couldn't get got. Prairie View, maybe. You gotta play Bethune again at Bethune. You gotta play Grambling. You gotta play Suck. Dog, these are losses, bro. You gotta play
those games are at home though. The Southern game and the Grambling game are both at home. We should have beaten Grambling not last week. We should have won that game.
Well, they beat you in overtime. I'm looking at it right here.
So we should have done it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but if she can get even the last 3 or get us to the tournament and get 1 or 2 wins, I'm good. I can see the potential.
I don't even think y'all should even be in the tournament. If I wouldn't even allow y'all Bemas to be in the tournament. Does everybody get to go to the tournament? Or
no. You have to have a certain record.
Oh yeah, y'all.
They gotta get up there. They gotta really push the bar now. This is the time. They're in crunch time.
If y'all miss the tournament, she need to be fired.
I agree.
She need to be fired. She just need to be fired because what these coaches are doing with less, because y'all got some talented girls. Y'all really do. You know what I'm saying? You got I think Micah from Texas Southern, she's leading the county in scoring. But you know what I'm saying? Like Horton was just leading the SWAC in scoring. Then you got I think the girl number 1. You know, she I think she's African. She's like 6'3", 6'4". She got a nice little jumper on her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
They definitely got to do it. Confidence is everything. So we gonna see. They ain't got nothing to do it but to do it. So we talking about that, and we talking about we gonna talk a little bit more about this whole Ed 3 thing because my boys ain't had an opportunity to really talk about it. So, and we're gonna be taking some calls. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. All right. I'm just. How about y'all keep it real and just talk? Yeah, man. Y'all too professional over there. Y'all too professional. Because you gonna have Brian. Well, Kof, she's really trying. I think if we just give her another year, these have been some close losses that maybe next year she can turn around. And then you and Kelvin are like, nah, she need to go. You know what I'm saying? So
let me say this. Let me say this. And the only thing that for me would be the saving grace for Pillow and our guys coach is the fact that we have never been as, I want to say, we haven't been committed to basketball. You know, we were barely committed, or, you know, it looked like we were somewhat committed to football. But the fact of the matter is we weren't, which is how them APR issues came. Bragg almost got condemned, all of that stuff. We've got an athletic budget under $10 million. And
sound like a bunch of excuses to me.
No, what I'm saying is let's give them a fair opportunity to push the bar and get what they need.
What? So, okay. I need somebody.
All I'm saying is it's a little more than coaching. I want to give them that, and I want to see us commit.
I can't rock with that because what Coach Reed did for Jackson, and I know they budget ain't through the roof for basketball. She's
a bad girl.
Oh, that comes to coaching and recruiting.
She's a bad girl.
So
I can't front, you know, but at the same time, there's a reason why there's been no HBCUs in the Sweet 16.
That's not we know what that is all about. All right. At the end of the day, is that you're not going to find the same. Listen, it's no different than offensive linemen in the SWAC, right? All the top premium offensive linemen go PWI, right? So it's no different for her. She's getting the 6'5", 6'6" girls coming to Jackson that usually would not go to an HBCU. And that's really been the difference. And
Prairie View got in that tail. They won the other day. They beat them.
Yeah, they beat them. And then they came back and they demolished another team. The Jackson came back and demolished another team. Listen, you're always going to get got. That's basketball. That's sports in general, right? Y'all Bamas can barely get got. Y'all barely beat Valley. You know what I'm saying? Missing me with all that. Y'all barely beat Valley. So, come on, man. But my thing is this. It's resources in basketball and resources in football are completely different. Come on, Coach. Bro, stop.
Not all the way across. Not with everything.
Bro. Come on.
I get what you're saying because you got more players. You're going to have more stuff. But this is all I'm saying, bro.
Didn't you just say don't cover up for mediocrity?
No, I'm not. And I'm not. Here's what I am saying. FAMU basketball has not won an outright regular season title since 1978. We've never won a regular season title in basketball in the MEAC. We haven't done it in the SWAC. And largely a lot of that stuff has to deal with our approach, you know, and our willingness to invest in the program. We haven't done it. We haven't.
How about maybe because you don't invest in the right coaches?
That too. I ain't saying she should keep her job. I'm just saying I'm going to give it to the end of the year and we're going to see.
Okay. I guess. I got it, Paris. I got the fight. I'm gonna probably do a scuffle review when after I watch it. But yeah, man, I don't know, man.
I hear you, bro. I mean, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying.
You kind of are, but you know, I'm just saying this. She got the resources to go get these girls from Canada and Spain, but you ain't got the. Come on, man. I'm not letting you fly, bro. I'm not letting this fly.
That's a good one.
I'm not letting this fly. You got a girl coming from Spain. You got another girl coming from Canada talking about something. Oh, we went international. To internationally get your ass whooped. Like, come on, man. But you ain't got the resources? How you recruiting this girl from Spain if you ain't got no resources?
I agree. That's a good one right there. We got to do better. I mean, that's just the bottom line. This right here and losing is not going to cut it.
Like I said,
I can't justify you keeping your job. You continue to lose.
I'm about to say, you said don't cover up mediocrity, and you look like
we can't.
That's all I'm saying.
But I want to say a part of that all I'm saying is a part of that mediocrity has to deal with our investment into the sport. I want to see the administration and our athletic administration get more behind basketball and our Olympic sports.
All right. It could be because Florida is a football state, but I get it. All right. JB, coming to you. All right, JB, you want to shut it down, so get all the Bethune-Cookman stuff you can out.
Gentlemen, I meant to call in yesterday, but my apologies, I missed the show. I just want to address a few things. By the way, happy MLK Day. I saw the tributes. A few things with this. Number one, speaking as a Cookman alum, we were all, the majority of us was happy as hell that Ed Reed said what he said. In fact, we were pissed off that he apologized. At first, I was on the bandwagon. I was on the thing. Was like, okay, you know what? Maybe Ed, you just got there. But now I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. I saw that reaction he said about like his office not being clean and stuff like that. First of all, I know that reaction. That reaction told me that he didn't get the full scoop of what he was walking into. And Scotty, you talked about something on your show yesterday. I don't believe that our admin was 100% with Ed Reed with what he was walking into. And how do I know this? Because they're not 100% with us as alumni as well. See, there's a nasty habit with our administration right about now. These are the same people who, when Alumni Association is asking for things like oversight, asking for things like accountability, asking for things like where the books at, and then asking for things like trying to have insight into the selection of our next president, not another interim president, which will be our fourth in a row if we went down that road, but an actual real president. They were met with cease and desist notices. You don't want to get your shit together. And by the way, if you were questioning about why Ed Reed's contract's taking so long to get signed, for what I was told, and I got this from several alumni who are in the know about this, Ed Reed is trying to get language into his contract that would hold the administration accountable for their actions. Basically, if they didn't come through with something, they would say, hey, what did you do this? And we all know with our administration, we don't like being questioned on anything. So that's where the delay is coming from. It's not about, it's not about money. It's about making sure that the administration is doing its job and doing its job when it comes to stewardship, doing its job to being a faithful partner. And for everyone talking about people pissed about Ed Reed, because some of your callers kind of got on my damn nerves with this. I find it hilarious that people were more upset about what Ed Reed was saying than about what was going on in the first damn place. And Kofi, you mentioned this a few times as well. Our admin has been an epic clusterfuck for at least the last 10 years. And that's being generous. What Ed Reed is doing, Ed Reed is speaking up for the people who work for Cookman, who cannot say anything for fear of retribution. And public schools have that nasty habit.
So my question is this.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Kofi.
My question is this. What's taking your alumni so long to get organized to overthrow this regime? Overthrow them.
Honestly, I think some of it is apathy. I think some of it. I think some people don't feel we could do anything about it. Some people feel it's like, okay, well, it's a private school. He's the chair. And, of course, overthrowing board members costs money. I know we got rid of Michelle Carter Scott. That's why her ass is gone, too. But this one, I'm not exactly sure about. This one, I'm not sure how much of an appetite people would have to get this guy out of there. But he needs to go, too. And I'm not sure what how much of a pain in the butt Bell and Perry's being for FAMU's board of trustees, but for us, it's a total nightmare.
Yeah. So.
And let me say this as well too. We're talking about, and of course, we keep speaking about, we need more HBs. We need more Hall of Famers to come in and get things right. We need more Hall of Famers to come in and to give back to HBCUs. Even though they didn't go to them, they should go and get involved. One thing about HBCU, about the Hall of Famers, they walk differently. They're in a different field. They're in a different playing level. They're not going to put up with some of the shit that people like usual other alums do. Like, for example, you have your second NFL Hall of Famer coming to coach, and his damn office ain't ready? What kind of sense does that make? Now, I want to take a job and on the contract, but actually, that just means he's dedicated to what he's doing and he wants to make a difference. And let me say this, because I know we're trying to close everything out. Think of it like somebody like you're wanting to have a wife who's fine and is gorgeous. Well, that wife has an opinion. That wife can say something to challenge you. Are you going to tell that woman that you're in love with to speak her mind, or are you going to tell her to shut up and look pretty? Because that's how we view these NFL Hall of Famers. We want the NFL Hall of Famers to come in and do something as long as they're just a figurehead and don't have any real opinions about what things should happen. Or they have an opinion as long as it jives with what the admin of the university and what the typical HBCU grad wants. As soon as someone says something that's unpopular, it's a problem.
That's fair.
And let me also say this, and that I never thought to hear myself say this, but Coach Green yesterday, I agreed with 10,000% of what he said. He was spot on with his analysis. We were happy that Ed Reed said what he said, but people were upset. And matter of fact, I'm thinking I might get a piece of the suicide because I made a Facebook Live about this a few days ago talking about this. There are people who work at Cookman following my feeds. So I think, Scotty, you should do a show about some of the people who actually have received cease and desist letters from our university and tell them what the hell is going on.
Definitely be an interesting show, I'll tell you that. But, hey, JB, appreciate the call, my boy.
No problem, sir. Thank you.
All right, man. You know.
Goodbye.
Call-ons are closed down. Before I go, Kofi, let me ask you this. It kind of reminds me of a situation to where right on the, when black people parent differently, right? So when white people see it, it's like, you talk to your kid like that, or you yank your kid like that, or you whoop your kid like that. And then the black parent usually says, well, your son doesn't have to deal with what my son has to deal with. Or your daughter doesn't have to deal with the atrocities of the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like everybody anybody outside of Bethune is like, why would Ed Reed do that? But people from Bethune are like, hey, listen, we appreciate you, my boy. It's been crazy. We've been going through so much that nobody's willing to take that stand for us, and we appreciate it because they want stuff to change. They want those things to happen. So I think going forward, the HBCU community might feel some type of way against Ed Reed, but I don't think the Bethune-Cookman fans are going. I mean, a few of them, of course, but I don't think in totality a lot of them are going to be against Ed Reed.
You know, the thing is that so many were traumatized by what happened with Deion, right? And that whole circus around that. So a lot of the people that were commenting were bringing feelings from Deion into this.
Yeah.
Without understanding. My thing is this. Anger is an emotion that God gave us. If God did not want us to be angry, it would not be, we wouldn't have it. Okay? Anger provokes change. The right kind of anger brings the right kind of intensity, and it provokes change. That's why the Bible says, be angry, but sin not. This is a time to be angry. We don't want, we don't want holes in our fists. We want our coaches to have a clean office. We don't want our players to have to wash their own uniforms. We're sick and tired of not having a sufficient locker room. You know, it's no, you have to demand, you have to speak up, and you have to continue to speak until change happens.
Yeah.
I remember when the Howard students was just like, look, we camping out in the president's office and we ain't moving till they do XYZ. And them students stayed right there until it changed. Once the media came down and everybody was covering it and like, what do these students want? And we want to get apart. That's what need to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Overthrow that regime.
What's funny to me, I love what DJ Cole World say. He says it's utterly ridiculous that when they want us to follow the chain of command to fix issues, but when they do, they always fall that somebody got to speak up. But oftentimes when we do it, we get put down. I like where he's going, but I'm a kind of caveat, right? So when you have an issue and you see a problem and you speak up, they want you to go through the chain of command. But when they mess up, they don't want nothing to be said about them. You know what I'm saying? Or you got the loudest microwave in the world. Or maybe
that's my daughter Majesty coming in here seeing that I'm doing a show and then turning on the micro. She saw me do it.
But you know, it's that they want to hold you accountable to say, why didn't you do step A, step B, step C? But then when you try to hold them accountable and say, why didn't you do what you said here, there, and there, and you didn't do, then it's like, oh, no, don't question me. And I've been saying it from the beginning. HBCU administration looks as the alumni as kids and they're the parent. Do as you're told, do as I say, not as I do.
Here's the deal. University presidents and staff, you are in position to serve the interests of the institution. That includes the students and the alumni. You're not in a position to quote unquote boss people. You're in a position to serve.
Yeah.
So get the mentality right to say we're going to do whatever we have to do to serve the institution the best that we can. You know, to put people in position that as you stated, know what they're doing.
My last thing is this, right? My last thing is this. Is that at the end of the day, guys, at some point in time, somebody has to be held accountable but it starts from hiring. I know people seen a lot of those memes with the guy standing in front of the big tower with all the wires. He says, like, lotto my application. You know what I'm saying? You got to start hiring the right people in the positions, right? Because I'm going to say this. If you have, and I'm going to use FAMU. If you have a compliance issue, why do you hire a compliance AD? That doesn't make sense to me. You can hire a specialist for compliance. That's easy. That's actually really easy to find. It's really easy to find a specialist for compliance. What you should be hiring is somebody who understands media, understands fundraising, and understands negotiations. i.e. a sales guy. You have to sell your program. And it's so frustrating when I'm reading bios of ADs and I'm like, what have you done that even should put you in this position? Like, tell me what the commissioner did at PV that should have made him the commissioner of the SWAC, of the conference. Tell me, other than the woman being underneath Dr. Thomas or whatever her name is, or whatever his name was at the MEAC, why should she have been the MEAC commissioner? What deals has she negotiated? What sales has she done? What has she fundraised beyond? And now you're sitting back looking. They still don't have a media contract. They still haven't added another team to the conference. And the only thing that's really saving her is the fact that they won 2 Celebration Bowls.
That ain't got nothing to do with her.
But she can always claim that the MEAC winning Celebration Bowls. You get what I'm saying? So it's things like that instead of you saying, oh, we want to keep it in-house, okay, you can find a black man that went to Stanford. You can find a black man that went to Iowa. You can find a black man that went to Texas A&M. You can find a black man that went to Texas. You can find a black man that went to an HBCU that is
woman.
or woman, I apologize, or woman that is in the business and bring them back for the AD. And my last point is this, and I know people are going to get mad when I say this. Oh, Scotty shouldn't count people's pockets. I am so sick and tired of seeing head coaches in the SWAC make $300,000 and their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinators are making $80,000 to $70,000. You, sir, need to take a pay cut. I'm sorry. I know people can be like, Scotty, that ain't right. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. There is not one head coach that is worth $300,000 other than Deion Sanders and Ed Reed and McNair. McNair is worth that. McNair, whatever McNair wants, you give it to him. Dooley is not worth that. Hugh Jackson is not worth that. Connell Maynor is not worth that. Who else is making crazy amount of money? These Bamas are not worth that. They're really not. They need to make $200,000, $225,000, and use the rest of that money to fill out a staff. So I don't want to hear about, oh, Scotty, we can't staff nobody. All the money's at the top. All the money is at the top. And then it's getting trickled down. And then by the time that you're trying to get a GA, listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm sorry. I'm going on off script. I'm going on a rant because it's really been Let me give you an example, right? Connell Maynor makes $300,000. Let's say Connell Maynor he takes a $100,000 pay cut, right? He comes down to $200,000. He can take $25,000 and pay GAs $5,000 for the semester to help with recruiting, to help with paperwork, to help with compliance, to help with like coaching it. Now you've multiplied yourself. You've added bodies to the staff. You can add $10,000 to your now DT is making $100,000. Now your D coordinator is making $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Like you can start adding, you can add more coaches to the staff, and now you look more big. I'm sorry, man. It just to me, I'm like this. I get it. People want to make as much money as possible, but when you're in a situation when your budget, if you're budget conscious and you know your school is budget conscious, Kirby Smart's making $10 million, but damn, his offensive coordinator is making $1 million. You see what I'm saying? Like Nick Saban making 12 or 15 million a year, but his OC probably making $2 million or $4 million. See what I'm saying? Like you gotta disperse that money out so you can build a staff, because we all know you're not a head coach is only as good as his staff. And I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm sorry. That was my rant for the day, but I just had to get that off my chest.
True that.
So it just is what it is. All right. That's our time, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless. And if you made it this far in the video, go ahead and drop money signs in the chat. If you've made it this far on the replay watching the video, because most of you Bamas don't make it this far, go ahead and drop money bars in the chat, and because Bamas need to disperse this money. Too top heavy. Disperse. So drop some money in the chat. All right? Peace.
Holla, we them boys. Holla, we them boys.
Before I go, I'm telling y'all right now, if we lose to the 49ers, I don't know if I'm gonna do a show. But if we win,
holla, we them boys. We them boys.
There's only one.
What's up? I'm gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I ain't gonna lie to you. Guys, you guys don't have to listen. If you're watching it live, you don't have to drop money. I'm talking about the replay people, guys. The replay people, okay? Replay, not y'all Bamas who watching it live. Okay. All right, I'm going for real. For real. Oh God, all right, y'all. Until next time, I'm holla. Peace.